Hello, my name is Leon Harris, CTO, IBM Strategic Partnership and Alliance with Microsoft. I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome you to our demo today. Please make yourself acquainted to the IBM privacy policy before we continue. Before we get into the technical demo that we prepared for you today, I'd like to give a quick overview on the IBM and Microsoft Strategic Partnership. IBM and Microsoft work together to help our clients with their business and transformation needs through our combined strengths. The illustration here actually reflects our strengths in these three areas, both from IBM Consulting, IBM Technology, and also hybrid. As we continue with our aligned technology portfolios, we have services and technology that overlap exactly what Microsoft actually provides to their clients. And with this alignment, we're able to actually provide a better, faster approach and also introducing newer capabilities for innovation for our clients in their business requirements. We're very adept in hybrid multi-cloud industry solutions and underpin everything with our leading security offerings. With that said, allow me to introduce Matt Perkins, distinguished engineer within our ecosystems engineering, who will actually be performing a demonstration for you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Leon. My name's Matthew Perkins, and I'm a distinguished engineer in IBM, and I run a CTO across our go-to-market teams between our global, strategic, and our build partners. So what I want to talk you through is a real example of how we brought the Microsoft relationship closer to IBM and how we've leveraged that then to work closely with one of our global partners, Ernst & Young, to deliver a sustainability solution in the Nordic region. So before I get on, I want to lay some background to what's really helping us drive this. So as we start to drive our hybrid strategy, which is not only just pure play public cloud, but we have clients with data that's on premise, and we have rich software portfolios that complement our cloud providers, specifically Azure. We're helping build on top of this hybrid platform, and we're able to then bring software and then build custom solutions that we can help partners like EY take to market and take out to global delivery. So this particular solution, we've really taken advantage of our Pack for Data portfolio, and it's made up of a number of key fundamental building blocks that you can define for anything to do with data, from data virtualization, data fabric, through to machine learning, through to our discovery technology. So what we're able to do is take that software and run it seamlessly on an OpenShift environment, and then provide a foundation for us to focus in on the client solution. All of this is running on the Azure platform and taking advantage of the native data services that live within Azure. So you see this is a complementary story as we move forward. The pro benefit for the partner is if they do have a customer that needs to move this on premise, they're able to move certain elements very easily into another environment with little or no re-engineering. So we really look at this as a layered approach where we're able to lay out the infrastructure very rapidly, and I'll mention the automation that we use to do that. We're able then to lay down a hybrid cloud platform on top of that infrastructure within a secure VNet architecture. We're then able to bring the pieces of IBM software into that environment. And again, these are industry-leading software components that are best of breed in some of their markets. And we're able to take advantage of their APIs and take advantage of their feature function within a cloud-native methodology. And then the final thing, which is the fun part of when you're working with a partner, is really focusing in on the co-creation of a solution. How can we actually build complementary microservices that take advantage of that stack, whether it's APIs into Azure, whether it's APIs into the hybrid platform or APIs into the software, and then build something compelling that meets their business needs. So one of the things IBM's been working on is the ability to seamlessly speed up how you can deploy an infrastructure. And we've used our module content, which allows us to describe a reference architecture using Terraform technology, and then we can seamlessly provide that into an Azure account. And this will provide the network isolation, it will provide the OpenShift environment, and then it will allow us a solid foundation to apply our software. We're then able to do the same with our software portfolio. Our software portfolio is reasonably componentized, so we're able to pull in the individual pieces that we need and install that within a provisioned Azure environment, and then configure that ready for a custom application. And this was fundamentally some of the critical assets that we were able to accelerate the delivery of this solution with our partner EY on top of the Azure platform. Let me spend just a couple of minutes talking about the solution that we ended up building using Azure, using Red Hat OpenShift, using IBM software, and deploying and running this all within an Azure environment. And we did this in a very short period of time. The solution is very much focused on sustainability. In Europe, there is regulation that's going to be coming into force that will require engineering companies, electrical companies, any kind of company at some level to be able to report their Scope 3 emissions to the EU. And this is around the 2025 timeframe. So there's a hot market for sustainability solutions going on. And the reason that IBM is really partnering so closely with EY is we have a natural affinity to work together. But that affinity requires a compute platform to enable us to deliver that. And that's really where the Microsoft relationship is really coming into play. I'm not going to go into detail around what Scope 3 sustainability is, but fundamentally it's about being able to report the CO2 emissions around the way that you purchase and sell goods or contract for goods through your third-party suppliers. So we, through a co-creation phase, were able to create a solution that will allow EY clients to extract data from their asset management systems, and Maximo is one of the premier asset management tools in the market, and it provides the ability to enable work orders to be scheduled and work orders to be managed. And within each work order, you have a number of what we call bill of materials of items. So if you're doing maintenance of bridges or the maintenance of roads, these work orders might include asphalt, gravel, oil, diesel, paint. If you're doing the maintenance of a train, it might involve parts and equipment and electrical supplies that will be required to keep a train in. But each one of these has a certain sustainability footprint, a CO2 footprint. So if we're able to extract those work orders and then transform them using IBM technologies, using our data fabric, our integration portfolio, and then eventually report this into our premier sustainability reporting environment called Invisi, we're able to create a data source that's hugely valuable for an enterprise as they go forward in their ability to deliver and report. We also have other requirements, which is non-Maximo data. So for instance, purchase orders or contracts or other structured documents created in Word or PDF format. These can be processed through our natural language understanding technology and then taken from an unstructured format into a structured format and then apply the same level of emissions calculations to them. And then the final point is these clients are looking at how can you manually enter data so you can do it. And some of our customers are looking at actually using this as a viability before they submit a bid, is whereabouts are they in their competitive viewpoint on their sustainability reporting. So I won't go into huge detail around the solution, but this is a good example of where IBM, EY, and Microsoft are working together. We're taking the best of Azure as our base platform. We're taking the best software components from IBM around data fabric, data virtualization, and natural language understanding, our integration technology. We're able to extract the data from our Maximo environments, put that in a data fabric environment, and then from there be able to publish it into our reporting tools. And then finally, we can then use machine learning to look for improvements, look for recommendations, and actually really help that client, focus in on month by month, year by year, reducing their sustainability footprint and, making some of the benefits for their European environment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to a live demo, and I'm going to take you through the sample application that runs on top of that layered stack of software. So here is our sustainability module that's been built with EY. You will not know that this is running on Azure, but it is running on an Azure platform. And this is providing us with a number of key features that are helping EY clients be able to prepare for reporting. So the first thing we've done is there's a top level dashboard where you're able to see a single view of all your work orders that are coming out of your asset management system like Maximo, or they've been ingested using Watson natural language understanding, or they've been manually entered. But this is giving you a single viewpoint of your total emissions, your emissions current reporting value down to scope 3, and it can be based around time and day, it can be slice and dice by the month, or many different ways of reporting that out. And then it gives us a total view of the percentage of emissions and where that is going in, whether it's into fuel, whether it's into waste, water, asphalt, or some of the other materials, or it's actually in the transportation of the items. As you break down a work order, you can go into a lot more detail. If we actually start looking at a set of work orders that are in the system, and some of these have either been electronically ingested or manually added, so you can easily come in and manually edit a work order. So if you need to take a work order from a different system, you can easily create that and enter it in. Once you've got your work orders, you can navigate around them, but I'm just going to drill into one of those work orders. And at the work order level, we can now see the sustainability footprint for the items that we used. So we can see that plastics were used, we can see asphalt was used, aggregates, and another element of plastic was used in this particular work order. You can see the quantity and volume and the amount of emission that CO2 emission that quantity produced. And by doing it at a work order level, a line item bill of material level, and then calculating that out and then aggregating it up, we're able to then present up a higher viewpoint of the total sustainability usage within an organization. And this is something very unique at this point in time. And one of the things that we're working very hard to integrate with our Envisi tool, which is an excellent tool for reporting sustainability. Microsoft uses it, IBM uses it, and we use it both in data centers as well as buildings, as well as our manufacturing plants. So it can be a very diverse environment to deliver. So the second part is we could ingest unstructured documents. So I have a couple of documents here that I've ingested. These are purchase orders that were produced using other tools. They could have been built with Word or PDF or other construction tools, and they follow a tabular structure, so they're quite easy to ingest and deliver. So just to close out then, the key part here is that we're able to map the work orders to commodity groups, and then within a commodity group we can create an abstraction of the commodities, so diesel, concrete, asphalt. In a train maintenance scenario, that may be other types of commodities. Then we can define the unit type, so how many liters of oil or diesel, how many kilograms of asphalt, how many tons, how many meters of X or Y. And then by using the published data sources, we're able to map the commodity groups to the units, and then we're able to cross-reference that with the published conversion factors that are out in the industry. And this particular set has nearly 7,600 data points that you can reference to be able to calculate that out. This is an application that we built with EY that they're then moving forward to production, and they're going to build it out on the Azure platform using IBM technology to deliver it. Thank you very much.